Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today we are building a flop house for River Blossom Hills. This will be available to download if you're interested. I will be leaving a link to it in the description box. It is technically an apartment. If you don't know what a flop house is, it's basically just a cheap accommodation, and I like to put these in pretty much every neighborhood that I play, and currently I'm playing River Blossom Hills as part of my Let's Play on my channel. One reason why I felt a sense of urgency with this lot is because I had a sim move out recently. Her name's Patricia Wan. She moved out after her best friend Cleo basically slept with Patricia's love interest Gabe, so they had a huge falling out and I didn't have anywhere to place her. Now ordinarily I would probably have put her in a place like this, and she had something like 200 simoleons to her name, but as circumstances go, she did end up with her new friend Alexandra Tetherton. So I'm kind of glad how that all worked out, but I still felt like I needed to get this done, especially since eventually we will be having sims probably go off to college, maybe by like the end of next round or something, and I just wanted this to already exist in the neighborhood should I ever need it last minute. But yeah, I did have quite a lot of difficulty with this lot. I had some issues with fencing and roofing, and it was just kind of a nightmare. I wanted it to feel like a bed and breakfast. You know, this is a small rural farming town, and I think that a bed and breakfast style flop house would definitely suit it. I didn't want to make it like grungy or anything like that. The one I have for Pleasant View is actually a download. I can't remember who it's by, I've had it for so long. But I wanted it to feel a lot more cozy than that. But again, you know, it's still a flop house. The bedrooms are very small and very cheap, as you can see at the back there. Pretty much can only fit like a bed in there, like a double bed. Definitely couldn't afford to have like children living here or anything like that. So it would pretty much be like a single sim or maybe couples. But that's about it. So it's definitely, you know, for the low-income sims or graduates or sims who have recently gone out of a divorce and, you know, it's kind of messy and the finances are all a bit up in the air. This is kind of a good place to move your sims into. And like I said, it will be available to download on Mod The Sims if you're interested. It's completely custom content free. I do have a list of recommended mods. I'm pretty sure it's under the custom content required section. It's not required. None of the mods on there are required, but it's stuff like water inaccessible flowers, trim inaccessible bushes I think is on there. There's like halved rent, stuff like that will just make this lot a lot more fun and functional. But like I said, totally up to you if you want to download that stuff. It just makes it a lot more fun for you to play. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with it, as difficult as it was. The interior was a lot more fun to do because I wanted it to feel very cozy and very warm, kind of like you would visit grandma's house. And I feel like I've said this in every single one of my builds, but I did use the country collection from Seasons quite a lot in this one, as I have with pretty much every single thing I've done in River Blossom Hills so far. But it wasn't necessarily like really difficult. It was just kind of fiddly, and I knew what I wanted. I could see it in my head, and I just wasn't pulling it off as easily as I thought I would. Like I'll see like a roof tile and I think, oh, I'll use that. And then when it comes to things like windows and doors and, you know, paints for the walls, then I didn't like it. It didn't match. I'd have to change the roof. And when I changed the roof tile, I'd have to change everything else. So it was just kind of fiddly like that. As you can clearly see here, I just kind of play around quite a bit. And I've already cut so much of it out. And I've also sped it up a lot, way more than I normally do for these kind of things, just because I didn't want it to be like 25-minute long, you know, speed build. It's kind of boring, you know, but these fences, oh my god, they gave me so much hassle. And I think I did this in like 3 separate playthroughs. Like I sat down and I did a little bit and then I shut the game off and I did it again and again. And finally just today I finished it, and I thought I might as well do the audio as well at the same time. I like to do this thing with the floor. I know it's a little bit strange, but I like that it creates its own pattern from just one type of flooring, which I really like, and I think it's quite nice. I've used this in quite a few of my builds already, and I also use these columns a lot as well, just to kind of create a divider. What I was going to do with this weird little room here was put the like the apartment letterbox there, but in the end I decided against it because it didn't look right. So I've kind of had like a little quiet room. It's like a little reading room, just something kind of cute and cozy really. It doesn't really serve much of a purpose. Oh, and this stove here, the reason I've put this here is because I use a mod from Simlogical. It's great. It acts the way it does with the dorms in university, where if you put one of these down on an apartment, you'll have like an NPC canteen worker show up and basically cook all of the meals for your Sims. So it's very handy. I definitely recommend that. Just means that, you know, they have all of their meals cooked and they don't, you know, they don't get charged or anything for using the fridge, which I pretty much use this in all of my apartments now. Definitely get that mod. It will, like I said, it will be linked. I'm pretty sure it's linked. Yes, it is linked in the Mod The Sims page. So if you're interested in all of that, go ahead and check it out. And I've been having so much fun playing River Blossom Hills. I haven't done too many builds. I've done a lot of like renovations, like when I moved the Ramaswamis in and the Optimuses. I had to furnish their house. So I did a lot of that, but I didn't do too much building. I think this is only the second. Yeah, I did a wedding barn. A couple of other things I want to do. I do want to do like a hangout spot, like a date location. So I want to do a bar. I am thinking of doing a like classic British pub kind of thing, just like you'd find in like a country village in the UK. I just think that might be kind of nice, and you know, I'm kind of sick of sending all of my Sims down to the park or the grocery store, you know, for like a date location. It just isn't that realistic, and I just want to have like a little bar, a little location. Other than that, I don't think there's too much else I think I want to build for this lot, at least for the time being. But I do just like to add extra extra community lots in these Max's hoods because they just start off with so few. With the exception of maybe like downtown, I think every Max's lot just has like 3 or 4 community lots, and it just never feels like it's enough. Eventually as well, I would like for some of these Sims to become business owners. Right now we only have Liam McGregor, and he is a home business. He has his own home business, so I would like for them to have like actual locations, like maybe a toy shop or something like that, or like a little like Christmas shop. I think would be cute, since I think half of the seasons in this hood are winter. I think that would be kind of nice. But yeah, I've got lots of ideas and just nowhere near enough time. But I do hope you're all enjoying the content that I've produced on this channel so far. I'm having a ton of fun with it. Some stuff I definitely enjoy more than others. Like the Let's Plays, as much work as they are to record and edit, I find them to be really rewarding, especially when I get just really lovely comments from you guys. As well as, I just wanted to say really quickly, there's no more budgie noises, which I know will probably upset some of you since you find it amusing, and is probably a great relief to others. I don't really want to go into it at the moment. Maybe I'll do a post on this. But I don't have the budgies anymore, is basically the long story. Yeah, I won't talk about it too much here, because I don't want to depress you all. I will say that one of my 2 budgies is still very much alive, and I am able to see her whenever I want. And that's kind of all I want to say on that matter, because I'm not trying to come out here looking for sympathy or anything like that. I just wanted to reassure you, because I know it was kind of annoying to have the chirping constantly. That will no longer be an issue, and it has nothing to do with this channel. I probably shouldn't even have to say that, but that decision had nothing to do with these videos. But anyway, back to the build. As you can see here, still fiddling about with the fencing. It was an absolute nightmare. I did end up getting it how I like it. I just didn't like that weird like one single fence that I thought I just looked really strange, so I ended up changing it. Just fiddle about with it loads. But yeah, back to what I was saying, I just remembered, yeah, there's some things that I really love, like doing Let's Plays. Things like this are incredibly stressful for me. I like building and all of that, that's fine. Just load up OBS and record me building. It's not a big deal. Speed up the footage, add some music, right? It's just this narration I have a really hard time with. This is probably like, I'm not even kidding, like the 30th attempt. Because every time I try and do it, I always just trip over my own words, and I feel like you have to talk continuously, you know, like you can't really have any big pauses, otherwise it's a little bit awkward, and that's not really my strong suit. Like, I'm just naturally a very shy, introverted person who tends to talk very fast. So it's just like I'm constantly tripping over my words, and it's just, I find them to be really difficult to do these type of videos. But yeah, it's always very rewarding. I love getting comments from you, just being so sweet. I've not received a single negative comment yet, which has been so lovely. Not that that particularly matters to me. I'm still going to make these videos, even if everybody hates them. I make them for me, you know, and if other people happen to enjoy them as well, that's great. I just have a lot of fun making them. But yeah, this is a 4-bedroom flop house. One thing about that I need to talk about is, I'm trying to think who the mod is by. I think it's by Sijon. I'll have to go and double check. Either way, I will leave a link to it in the description box. I think it's called Better Apartment Residencies. Better Apartment Residence. But basically what it does is it pulls the townies that are already in the neighborhood and puts them into these apartments, as opposed to generating random Max's townies that you have never heard of. Definitely a mod that I highly recommend. It just makes the game and the lot as well so much more immersive, to actually see Sims that are typically roaming around in the neighborhood now having a place to live. I just love that. I could not live without it. I first found out about it, I think, when I was playing Belladonna Cove years ago, and I had random Sims that I'd never seen just like randomly spawn and into the apartments. I thought, oh, I don't like this, and lo and behold, like with everything in The Sims 2, there is a mod for it. But yeah, I kind of have slowed down a lot with my gameplay recently. I've just got back from holiday not too long ago, and I definitely need to start getting into the habit of booting up the game and like making content and playing and all of that, because I've almost caught up with all my scheduled videos, and that's not good. I need to have somewhat of a backlog just in case I'm not able to make videos for whatever reason. But yeah, I do think we are nearing the end of the video. We've got about a minute left. I do leave some screenshots at the end. And of course, if you do like this build, it is available to download on Mod The Sims. I hope it's still up and available. I don't think I'll have any issues, to be honest. 9 times out of 10, it's an issue with like a photo or something. They can be quite nitpicky over there, as wonderful as they are. But yeah, I do hope you have all enjoyed and are having a great October so far. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.